Welcome back to Krail's Corner, Episode 8. Coach Krail back with us again. How you feeling, Coach? Great win against Sacred Heart Prep this week. Last week.
Great win last week. Yeah, the guys kind of put it all together, and we've talked many times about taking care of the ball, and we had a single turnover, which didn't hurt us too badly. And guys played the best half of the year in the second half. You really got it rolling both sides of the ball.
I got to say, the one turnover was a little surprising. I don't think Hobson was going to let go of that ball. That was just a weird
It was an effort play.
It was.
And sometimes those are a little more forgiving when guys are trying to get that extra yard and whatnot. But that was our only turnover. It wasn't a forced pass or a careless handling of the ball. So that made it pretty tolerable.
Yeah.
And Sacred Heart, to their credit, played tough in the first half. And then, like I said, we kind of got it rolling in the second half, and it was great. It was a great evening for us.
Really great game to watch, too. Seemed like the star of the night was Boxer. Boxer had a great game, 161 yards, 4 touchdowns, just an overall outstanding game for him. Didn't throw the ball a ton. It didn't seem like you guys needed to very much. Just an overall great game. I wanted to talk about some injuries really quick, kind of take a step away from the game. Nate Goldsberry went down. How is he looking? Is it a...
diagnosed with a concussion.
Okay.
And to complicate things, he had some dehydration that was going on as well.
Okay.
And so that made it a little more... the appearance of more severity, I guess.
Yeah, it looked like it was
say.
a knee at first. And I kind of jumped because he had his meniscus last year and he was struggling with that. But I'm glad
it's a concussion. He's in our protocol.
Okay.
We won't have Nate for this week, probably next week, but hopefully we'll get him back for the end of the season run and the playoffs. So yeah, I think he's going to be fine. He's feeling much better already, but there's steps that we have to go through to get him back. Make sure he's safe. You can't,
of course.
Can't mess with that stuff.
No point rushing concussions. Let the brain heal.
Right.
Another injury, Ryan Vernali. Is it what we expected?
Yeah, sadly, Ryan tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And injured his MCL as well. So he's going to have surgery here in the next few days. Fortunately, he's got an offer from University of San Diego, and they're standing behind him, which is
That's
great.
Good to hear.
You know, sometimes when it's a verbal thing, schools will kind of turn the other direction, and they've made it known that they want him and they're willing to, stand by him during his rehab. And so that if there is any positive in that, it's that he does have a secure spot to go, and he's excited about that.
That's
so
good.
We'll see if he ends up there, but at least he knows that that's a spot where he could end up, eventually. So.
To his credit, he's nothing but nice things to say about Ryan. He's truly just one of the kindest humans on your football team, in my opinion. He's such a great guy. Really tough to see him go down, but I'm excited to hear that he's got some place to go. Another guy with a place to go, our kicker Sam Pierman. Congratulations, he committed to Columbia. That's his dream school right there. Really proud of him there. I just want to give him a shout out in the content.
Sam's worked hard. I mean, and going to the Ivy League will be exciting. So it's good. We're all excited for Sam. He's very talented, and his future's certainly bright.
So coming off a brisk win at Sacred Heart, we have Mountain View next week. That's going to be our cancer awareness game. So you and me are both wearing pink, repping what we support. Talk to me a little bit about what that game means to you, because I know it means a little something special.
Well, kind of the shortened version of it is, cancer affects all of us, right? And back in 2006, my dad passed away from lung cancer and had a 5-year battle that, was great to have him for 5 years, but it was rough. It was rough on him. It was rough on my mom and our family. Anyway, long story short, a couple years after that, I decided that I need to do something kind of in his honor that maybe could do some good. And so I actually started a nonprofit organization called Coaches Against Cancer, local nonprofit group that is really myself and 6 or 8 other folks that are coaches or not, and we make up the board, and we run annual fundraisers. We have a golf tournament, we have a bike ride, and bottom line is it's a bunch of volunteers, and we've been able to raise about over $700,000 and donate that money back to research and a program called our Dream Come True program, and it's kind of our Make-A-Wish type of thing. And shout out to anybody that has families that they know of that are fighting the fight. We're here to see how we can support. And we've done a bunch of projects, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart personally. And all the players are going to be wearing these shirts tomorrow, and the coaches on Friday night, and our own coaching staff with Coach McGurk, who was just diagnosed with lung cancer as well, is in the middle of fighting the fight. So it touches all of us at some point. With Coach right now in the immediate, it's like right here, front and center. So we're just doing our little part, whatever we can do to
Yeah.
kind of make lives better, I guess.
I mean, as a testament to the program itself and just kind of the overwhelming support we get from the guys, our student section will be wrapping pink.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's always awesome. My mom had breast cancer when I was younger, so I mean, you're completely correct. Cancer affects all of us, and it's truly just.
And a shout out to Sydney Freed and Katie Steiner.
Yeah.
They run our American Cancer Society Club on campus, and so they're raising money, and we'll be doing a direct donation to them as part of the effort on Friday night as well. So it's neat. It's kind of multi-pronged here with what's going on, and it's great, that we're all raising the awareness for cancer and hopefully a willingness to do a little something to help out.
Yeah, no. It's really amazing that you're taking that on yourself and doing that. It's really
I love it. It's
awesome.
It's often you're dealing with sad folks that are fighting, but if you can brighten their day for a day or a weekend or a short period of time, it warms my heart as much as theirs. It's great.
It's awesome, Coach.
Yeah.
So moving into next game a little bit, taking a bit of a step forward into Mountain View, another league play.
Right.
What are we expecting out of Mountain View? They're obviously a league team. They're going to come in here wanting to fight. Are we expecting a high-scoring game, low-scoring? What are you expecting out of our offense, first off?
Hopefully they're low scoring and we're high scoring.
Of course.
How's that sound, right?
That sounds great.
Mountain View, they started out the year with a couple of nice wins. I've seen film. They look good. They're well coached.
Yeah.
Word on the street is they've had a couple injuries to key players. So, this time of year for us, it's just about getting better each week, right? And when you see the game, you're going to see their offense is a mirror image of ours.
Yeah.
So I expect our defense to perform very well because of the familiarity of what they're going to do and how they're going to line up. And so hopefully our guys continue to run to the ball and make plays. And the offensive side, again, it's just, trying to be balanced and, get Boxer going again and maybe some of the other guys. This could be a game, hopefully, where, there's more opportunity for more guys. Last week we got everybody in the game, but it was pretty late in the game when we were feeling like it was comfortable. So hopefully that's the case again, maybe even earlier, and get some guys in there that deserve to play.
Yeah. So looking at our defense, Henry Masters and Scott Garwood both had double-digit tackles last game. They're huge parts of the defense and our tackling scheme. Are we looking to get anybody else involved, or is it those two have been fantastic all week? What do you have a testament to that?
Both those guys just play with kind of a reckless, fearless, aggressive nature.
Sure.
And you watch those guys, and the word we use is they flash on film. Out of nowhere, Scotty's making a tackle in the backfield from his safety position. Yeah. Hoping to get Spencer Bird going. He's a couple weeks now off his injury and has 2 games under his belt, and I think he's still kind of figuring his way back. But hopefully this is a game where he can play downhill and do what he does. Leighton Doslack has played great for us, and he came in Spencer's absence, and Leighton being a senior is just performing really well. And so, with the absence of Nate Goldsberry, we talked about that. We're going to shuffle our linebacking crew around a little bit. So it may well be Leighton and Henry and Spencer all playing at the same time. And then RJ Cannon plays our kind of strong side outside linebacker. He's played really well all year as well.
He has played really well.
Yeah.
Also, in the absence of Vernali, you guys were throwing 3 on the line on occasion and dropping 1 back into the box. Are you planning on doing the same thing again, even though you're missing Nate Goldsberry, and who would be that 5th backer in the box?
We'll see. We'll see, right? It's the call went out to every defensive lineman on our team, like, hey, we lost Ryan. He's the best one we have.
Yeah.
One or some of you guys need to step up so we can, at least mask that absence a little bit. You're not going to replace Ryan with all that he does and how he does it, but you're very observant. We did tweak our scheme a little bit, and that had some success. You got to be able to run a 4-man line.
Of course,
you've got to be able to do both, and so our feelers are still out. Who that guy or combination of guys is going to be. Ari Valdez played some really significant minutes last game and really was disruptive and in the backfield. So. We're hoping that he's a junior, hoping that he can maybe lift his game a little bit to the point where he is getting more reps in there as well.
Another thing with the 3-man line, we were noticing that people weren't getting in the backfield to get the running backs as much. That was a huge part of our game in previous weeks, was getting those running backs for tackles for loss.
Yeah.
Do you have anything as a substitute for that, or is it kind of going to be more of a getting them on the ends and trying to prevent the middle run?
Coach Clark does a great job, and when we go to a 3-man line, there's usually a guy that's either assigned to spy or blitz,
Yes.
right? Whether you're spying the running back or spying the quarterback, depending on the scheme. So we'll continue to kind of play with those pieces and see how it goes. But you're right. When you line up 3 on the line, you do lose a little bit of quarterback pressure, and you probably make less plays behind the line of scrimmage than you would otherwise. But with 4 linebackers and 2, kind of an 8-man second and third level, you tend not to give up the big play. And so, it's give and take, right? You're going to have maybe less explosive plays in the backfield, but you should be a little more sound in terms of giving up the big play. So we'll see.
One thing compared to the Pittsburgh game I noticed in Sacred Heart game, our coverage was much better. Our corners played fantastic. Our safeties were really stopping balls. I don't think we had many plays over top. Maybe we might have had 1 or 2, but it didn't become consequential.
Right.
And that's just a testament to their skill and their effort and work.
Their hard work. It's early in the year we gave up some deep balls to Liberty and Grant. We had a couple, and then Pittsburgh we had 2 or 3. And so that's just a constant reminder with Coach Krail, my son, and then Coach Thomas with our defensive backs about, let's make them march the ball. Let's try to keep things in front of us if we can and not give up that 50-yard play. Let's give up a 10, 15-yard play and make them do it several times in a row.
Exactly.
And your chances go up when you're able to do that. So the defensive guys did play better last game. We made a slight change at corner with Theo Greenland starting in place of Leon, and Leon's a very good player. Theo is a senior and really has just gotten better and better each week, and we felt like he deserved some extra minutes. So I think that's the plan again this week is Theo will start and Leon's going to play a bunch. So
it's good to hear. So I wouldn't say we're on the eve of playoffs. I would say we're a couple weeks out. But we're definitely like the week before playoff kind of feeling. We're building towards that.
Right.
How as a team do you go from this regular season mindset where we the games don't matter as much to you're one and done? How do you take the team up that level in competition and kind of
It's a great question. And our schedule is interesting the way it started out pretty difficult in the preseason. Then we have, Sacred Heart Prep and Mountain View and Burlingame. No disrespect to them, but they're probably the 3 easiest teams in our league to take on. So we have 3 subsequent weeks there, and then we finish with Wilcox and Menlo Atherton, right? And we all know Wilcox is the game of the year typically in terms of league play. So, and then you get into playoffs and you can play teams as good as them, right?
Exactly.
And so the goal is always to be sound in the beginning, but always have room for improvement and the desire to get better each week, right? And so we might be playing a Mountain View team that we beat handily. Yeah. But I've told the guys we can't waste this week of practice, right? We've got to work on the little things every day, every rep, just as we would if we were playing a private school or playing Wilcox or whatever, right? So our guys have responded to that pretty well. So we'll see when we go out to practice tonight if that continues, but so far this week it's been good.
It's going to be a really exciting week. Come out wearing pink to the game this Friday. Really excited to see you out there, Coach Krail. Excited to see our guys play. Excited for a win. Catch you next time on Krail's Corner. We're going to episode 9. We're going to look forward into who we playing the week after.
Burlingame on a short week.
Burlingame on a short week. Thursday game.
Right.
See you out there, Wildcat fans. Catch you next time.